Hi, Andrea, my niece, my only niece, the one and only.
Hi, my aunt.
Yes,
My
you're one and only. No, I'm kidding. We are entering the Not Nosy, Just Curious podcast. And my question to you is there's no place like home, and where do you call home?
oh man, there's no place like home. And where do I call home?
Yes,
Um, I I think I still call home Michigan.
really? Because I mean, you spent how many years in Michigan
11,
and how many years in Tennessee
8,
and how many years now in Boston?
12.
But Michigan is your home.
Yeah, it's always felt that way.
Why?
I I think because I never really wanted to leave. It wasn't my choice to leave Michigan, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You go where your family goes.
So
And I just I even to this day I get questions of where are you from because they still hear the northern accent.
really?
Yeah.
And when you say, "Where are you from?" do you always immediately say Michigan?
Yeah, I say I grew up in Michigan and then I lived in Nashville.
Okay. So you feel like you got like that Midwestern love, that you're humble like the Midwesterners. I mean, there's no place like Michigan.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
I have a magnet on my fridge that says I rather be up north and it's the
really?
mitten. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the only state. So, what about, do you think it's because your family, a lot of your family is in Michigan? Is it harder the older you get to be away from family?
Yeah, I think as I get older, it is harder and harder. I definitely want to be closer to people. There was that time in my 20s where it just didn't matter. I didn't care. But as I get older, I definitely feel that pull, that family
Family.
pull.
Yeah. And you feel the pull more in Michigan because your parents are in Tennessee.
Yeah. Well, you guys are like clustered together. So
Yeah.
when, you can visit everybody at once. M- Mom and dad are like an hour and a half apart. So when I go to Nashville, it's a lot of driving and coordinating, and it's not like being with family. You're with like one family member at a time.
Well, that's interesting. I like your choice of word, clustered.
Yeah.
We are kind of all clustered. We haven't, there's nobody that's actually left from the family but, well, your dad. Yeah, I'm thinking, I think he's the only one that put his feet outside of the pool. You know what I mean? I mean, all of us stayed pretty local. Yeah.
Yeah, and I
Andrea,
think
you're
that's
thinking
what
nobody else. Yeah.
it made it easier for me to like be even farther away, kind of, you know.
Yeah.
You'd already set that example, so
Yeah, exactly. Because you were the only ones that moved to like the west side too, which made you somewhat unavailable because we got so used to having everybody clustered so close.
oh yeah.
Yeah. So your husband's family is from,
They are from upstate New York.
now, are they a cluster or have they spread out?
They're definitely still pretty clustered. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've been to some of his like family Christmases, and it's definitely a lot of people that just like drove over.
Oh, that's nice. So there's that sense of family with his family too.
Yeah, I think he's actually the farthest of his family, and we're like a 3.5 hour drive.
Oh, that's not bad. Do
No,
you have a car?
no, I don't.
You don't have a car. Have you not had a car since you've been in Boston?
Yeah, I had it for 1 year and got rid of it. It was too hard to take care of in the snow
Oh, okay.
for like 2 drives a month, maybe.
All right. So you don't mind the snow or the cold or anything like that. You just, You're not one running to the warmer weather because, oh my God, I can't stand the cold.
No, I ran away from that warm weather. I mean, that was the
Okay.
driving force for moving to Boston, was leaving that hot humidity. I
Mhm.
even laugh in the mornings, like the last couple weeks I've been checking the weather in Nashville, and they were like still hovering in the 90s for a while, and it's
Yeah.
been 65 here pretty steadily for
Yeah.
two
Do you
weeks.
feel like hardy, Andrea, once you have survived a winter, like you really did something? I mean, I do. I feel like, wow, look at me. I got through that winter no problem. You know what I mean? I don't mind the cold. I mean, not so much that I would run from it. It doesn't bother me like that.
No, I actually love, like, on big snow days up here and everyone, like, comes downstairs to shovel their drive before, like, the 10 o'clock cutoff or whatever, and
Hmm.
we're all outside. Uh, it just has a very friendly neighborhood spirit. Everybody's shoveling together, they're, like, commiserating, and,
That's nice. Yeah.
yeah, I like that. The snow
Yeah.
days don't I look forward to them.
You do.
Yeah.
Do you miss family around the holidays more? Is that a harder time for you?
Yeah, I think especially as I've gotten older, like, I kind of in college was when I started dropping off for Thanksgivings because
Hmm.
it was well, it's like I said earlier, like, when I would go home, you know, Frank, my brother,
Yes.
and dad and mom all lived, like, so far from each other. It was like part of the holiday I just spent in the car driving from one to the next one, and it just didn't feel very holiday anymore. So stopped going home for Thanksgivings, and that kind of just led to like more lost holidays. And
Yeah. Yeah. I
but
get it.
now as I'm getting older, yeah, I definitely it's nice to be back for the holidays.
Do you think you're getting older? You're getting older. Do you think you're getting wiser and better?
I hope so.
What do you
Um,
think?
yeah, I think everybody gets wiser as they get older. So I think I am too. I don't feel like I'm an outlier.
No.
No.
So, so where, I mean, is the goal ultimately to try to circle back around and get back to Michigan somehow?
Yeah. I mean, I would love to be back in Michigan, and it's definitely on our list of places we're looking to move to.
Hmm.
But I mean, a big draw is even if I'm across the state from you guys, I'm still just like a 2 or 3 hour drive,
Right. Right.
and I have family somewhat close.
Yes. So do you think, I mean, why do you want to leave Boston? Is it a money issue? Is it too expensive to live there? Is it,
Yeah, that's an understatement.
oh, is that right? Is it expensive?
Yeah, it's like the median home price right now is about like $750,000 for like a 2 bedroom, 1.5 bath.
So it's not worth it then. I mean, for 750 in Michigan, you get like a hell of a house.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're ideally you would love to own a home,
Yes, that is our goal, like in the next 2 or 3 years.
to have own a home, but not in Boston.
Not in Boston.
Are the people friendly in Boston? Are you going to
Yeah,
miss
I
the
mean, I
people?
would say so, but it's kind of funny. I don't know. I was actually talking about this with a coworker the other day. I think I literally know 2 people actually from Boston.
That was my next question. I was just going to ask you, is anybody born in Boston?
Yeah, like two people, and only one's a close friend and one's a coworker who retired.
Okay, so everybody's in transit.
Yeah, and I actually work with like 3 Michiganders. I actually just hired one on to my own staff, like
Well,
not
you were
even
a little
knowing it at
biased
first.
there, were you? You were like, "Oh, Michigan,
I
okay,
didn't
I like
know.
you already.
Yeah.
Oh, I even know that neighborhood. Look at that. We like right around. We went to the same high school." It's a small world, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, what do you do exactly?
I'm the IT manager at a cultural center, the
Okay,
Boston
so
Athenaeum.
it's pretty it's a reasonable occupation that can be moved. I mean, you're very marketable anywhere.
I hope so. Being in technology, I almost feel like I'm almost to the point where I'm too old to be in technology, continue in
Really? So you
technology.
can age out of this field?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
do
I
you
definitely have to keep learning and keep getting like certifications so that I stay relevant or, I mean, obviously I'm in management, but
Mhm.
I still wear a lot of hats in technology because it's such
Okay.
a small department.
Oh, all right. So when you come to Michigan, you would get into any kind of technical arena. Any kind of IT would work for you.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much.
Okay. So ideally, you would love to just work from home.
I think that would make a move the easiest.
Mhm.
I've definitely been hunting around lately and yeah, I'm basically applying for remote or I'm applying for roles in Michigan. Um, and then I'm applying for some roles in Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay. So is your quest aggressive?
It's aggressive as it can be. I I really like working in nonprofit. I like
Mm.
working in institutions that have like a social impact. So that kind of narrows the amount of positions that are available at any given time. But, when I find one, I definitely am looking for the final role. Like, I want to find a job that I really want to stay with for a long time in this
Mhm.
next one. So I'm being very picky and
And
looking
you
for
should be.
something I could
Yeah.
see myself doing for a long
Have
time.
you gotten offers?
I have an interview coming up. Um, well, I know that I'm top of the stack because they called me to verify some questions and then they said they'd call me about the next steps. So I'm
Mhm.
kind of waiting for that. But I just started like about a month ago,
Okay.
like hardcore searching.
Hardcore. Okay. All right. Now, what about your brother? How's he doing?
He's doing good.
He's in Atlanta.
Yeah, I checked in with him about Hurricane Helene
Uh,
because I had seen that some of it was hitting him, but he said he didn't get it too bad. He just
oh, well,
got
good
rain
for him.
overnight.
So
He's loving it though.
he is,
I think he likes being a little farther away from mom and dad for the first time.
but he was far.
He was like, yeah, he was across town, but he still had that obligation to go see them like for all the little holidays.
Yeah. Yeah. Frank was
And
always there. That's for sure. Yes, he was. He was. All right, Andrea, this was nice. Would you do this again with me?
oh, of course.
Yeah, many
I love
times.
seeing you.
Ah, you too, girl. All right, give me something very, very, very powerful and profound in closing.
Oh dear. I don't
I
know
mean,
why I didn't
aside from,
prepare for this.
gushing over your aunt and stuff, just give me something very worldly.
Oh God, I don't know. Um,
Come on, girl. You got education. You can make up something.
uh, uh, um,
Are you reaching for the stars over there?
yeah,
Us?
I'm trying to bring it back around. Like, we said with age comes wisdom, and with that wisdom, you learn how important your family is.
I like that. I like that because, it's the circle of life. And when it's all said and done, family, it's, permanent. It's there, and to be fortunate enough to have a good family. You weren't starved or anything, got kicked into foster care. You had a loving home. So, yeah, it's important. So that's a good one. What was it again?
With age comes wisdom, and with that wisdom comes that realization how important your family is.
I like it. I like it. Okay, Andrea, we're saying goodbye. Say goodbye.
All right, bye.